It happened last night. I was inside my barn taking care of my miniature milking cows and my herd of micro donkeys, and I heard something going on out in this field, and I looked out the window, and that's when I saw it. And you know, it was a UFO with like planting 6 different Bigfoot in the field out here. Let's go up in my barn and I'll show you where I saw it from and what I saw. It was terrifying. So I heard this like whoosh sound, right? And then I looked out, and then can you see this kind of like circle that's in the ground out here? That's where the Bigfoot were. The UFO was directly above them, and then the Bigfoot were placed around the circle. There were like 6 or 7 of them, and I couldn't tell. I was terrified. I didn't want to go down there any closer. I mean, that's very close. So they were placed like evenly around this circle, and they were all like in a fetal position. And each time one was placed, there was like from the UFO, it was very high up, but there was like this like beam of light that would come down, and then on the ground after the beam of light would go up, there would be like a Bigfoot in the fetal position. And the strangest thing about it was like I was looking at it, and I, you know, at a point I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Because it'd be in a fetal position, but their head would be moving, right? And then there was one like facing, there were a couple of them actually facing me, and I could see what they were doing with their head in the fetal position. What they were doing was they were giving themselves blowjobs. I swear to God, I know it sounds fucking weird, but that's what was happening, at least with the male Bigfoot. And it looked like there were female Bigfoot too that were sort of in the fetal position doing the same thing. Got out of there, right? They just, so fast, it was unbelievable. And then all of a sudden, a larger craft came, and right there, can you see there's like a like an indentation in the earth? There's an indentation there. It's like, and if you walk up there, which my hip is bothering me, so I had to drive out here on the tractor, but so I really can't walk up there. It'll be too much on my hip. But I was up there earlier, and it's exactly like it was when I saw the crop circle type thing down lower. Now, what it looked like, this is the truth. It really gets weird, because you wouldn't think that like a mammal, like a primate, could bend like that. But they were in a fetal position like a dog would be. You know how a dog will lick its own wiener? That's what the fucking Bigfoot were doing down there. They were licking their genitalia. The male and the female were all doing it. Now, I watched this for a while, and it was about 25 or 30 minutes, and I didn't want to leave. I wanted to go get my camera, but I was like, well, if I leave, then I won't see what happens. And then after about 25 or 30 minutes of them licking their genitalia, they all kind of stood up and then just walked into the woods that way. It was terrifying. I don't know if this is some kind of weird portal or something, but you can see there's like a crop circle type thing down there that was left. Can you all see that? Let me put the camera out there farther. I hope that you all can see this. Can you see that? It left a crop circle where the Bigfoot were placed. And what I saw was very similar. Now, I was at a greater distance, but I saw a large light coming down, and it looked very similar to when the Bigfoots were planted in a fetal position around the circle. Now, I could see movement, but I was so far away, honestly, I didn't know what was going on, and I didn't want to go up there. You know, it's terrifying. But I suspect that it was more Bigfoot being planted in that circle that's left there. There's physical, they're leaving physical proof that they were there, like with the circle out here in the field, and up here there's a circle. It's all like, looks like all the grass is dead. Government must know that this kind of stuff is going on. I have no idea what's going on. All I know is I need to get a better camera, and I need to document this. So more Bigfoot are being planted in Beaver Dams, New York. It looks like maybe they're brought here and sort of like there's a birthing. The Bigfoot are very flexible. They must have some kind of bendable vertebrae. Maybe they stiffen up as they get older or something. It seemed like it was a birthing. The strangest thing about the whole incident was the licking of the genitalia. I still, like, what was that? It's like, it didn't seem sexual. It seemed more like something to do with the Bigfoot being born. You know, it really didn't seem sexual. It just seemed like they were sort of like a dog licking its wiener.